Good morning, dear students. My name is LOHIT. I am a research scholar in sociology in Utkal University and also a guest lecturer in sociology in BJB Autonomous College. So today we are going to discuss about your unit 3 of your paper, that is social process, social stratification and social change. So I am going to discuss about the process of social stratification, its meaning and its characteristics. Dear students, as a student of sociology, in our previous classes, we have already discussed many times about the concept of social structure and social function. Because the society is a structure in itself. Because structure means the systematic arrangement of the society through which people, individuals, institutions are interact with each other. Because social processes like social interaction are the heart of this sociology. Without social interaction, no society is possible. Without individual relationship, no society is possible. And at the same time, it is the sociology and it is the sociologists, those who already study systematically the human social relationship and human social behavior. At the same time, it is the institution, social institutions, which always guide individual interaction pattern and interrelationship pattern. Because every time we always need institutional means to establish our social relationship. So without social relationship, without social interaction, without a proper communication, no society is possible, because sociology is there where society possesses and society is there where human life possesses, and human life is all about possible only because of the social solidarity. Social solidarity is about the social bonding. So without social relationship and without social interaction, no society is possible, we already know. So within a structure, as we have already discussed, that structure is all about the systematic arrangement of the society through which individuals are interconnected, interrelated and interdependent with each other in order to maintain the survivability, in order to maintain the stability of the society. Because আমি যদি পরস্পর ভাবে প্রপর ওয়েরে ইন্টারকনেক্ট ন হবা, interdependence न रहिब, ताले कौनसी society survive करि परिबनी. Because individual relationship and the social relationship is possible because of the mutual awareness and mutual interaction process. That's why society is possible, because you are already well known about the fact that society is a group of people with a pattern interaction and a pattern interrelationship. Without that, no society is possible. At the same time, these are the social processes. Always social processes are there through which a society and the building of social institutional relationship is only possible. So today we will discuss the process of social stratification. So simply, the process of stratification is all about the division of the people into different strata. So social stratification, that means it is the social categorization of the people through which people are categorized or people are divided into different strata or different segments. So this is basically a concept, and we will discuss thoroughly about the meaning of this concept. So you can see the first phase, that is the social stratification, meaning and characteristic. Next slide. In all societies, people differ from each other on the basis of their age, sex, personal characteristics. My dear students, we all are different. Though society is possible because of a minimum of similarity, a minimum level of homogeneity is needed in order to maintain the society. That similar consciousness of belonging to a particular place, this the consciousness of belongingness, a community sentiment is needed to maintain the social solidarity, to maintain the society. But at the same time, society is a heterogeneous entity. That means no society is similar, no individuals are same. We all are different, because inequality is the law of nature. It is the society, it is the law of nature that we all are unequal, we all are different from each other. by our age, because through the age classification people are divided into different age groups. At the same time, through the sex, on the basis of this sex people are divided into male, female, transgender and all those things. So sexually, our age classification, on the basis of the age classifications, people are different because differentiation is the law of nature. We all are different. And personal characteristics, someone is rude, someone is cool, someone is very much friendly, someone is like ଏତେ ଜଣେ କେହି ମିଶି ପାରନ୍ତିନି. So a lot more human and personal characteristics are there. On the basis of that we all are different. No individuals, not a group of people are completely similar with each other. At the same time, a minimum level of similarity and homogeneity we need to maintain in our society to maintain the society. But we all are different because differentiation is the law of nature. Human society is not homogeneous but heterogeneous apart from the natural differences, because biologically we all are different by our physical structure, by our facial experiences, by our face structure, every aspect, from every biological aspect we all are different. Even through our blood group we are different. So every individuals are different because apart from all those natural characteristics, because from the point of view of a natural characteristic we all are different. At the same time, from the social characteristic we are also different, because individuals are the less biological but more social in nature, because our most primary physical development is dependent upon social development and social process like socialization. Because आम छोट होकर चलवा भी शिखीचु, आमको सोसाइटी शिखी, आम जो खाइबाटा को भल भाव में चोबेकी केमती खाइबा सेटा भी हमको सोसाइटी ही गोटे प्रोसेस शिखी. So individuals are biological, at the same time we are more social in nature because our primary social physical development also dependent upon the social processes like socialization. That's why we are all social animals. Individuals are the social animal quoted by Aristotle, the father of modern political science. But apart from all those natural differences, because we all are different naturally, physical experiences, by our body color, by our body physical structure, from racial point of view, we all are different. Natural characteristics are there. On the basis of that we all are different from each other. At the same time, from a social point of view also we all are different, because human beings are also differentiated according to the socially approved criteria. So socially differentiated men are treated as socially unequal from the point of view of enjoyment of social rewards like status, power, income. किछि लोकंकर स्टेटस टिके अधिक थाई पारे, किछि लोकंकर टिके मीडियोकर स्टेटस थाई पारे, किछि लोकंकर स्टेटस पोजीशन टिके कम थाई पारे. इनकम लेवल, आमे इनकम ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ आवर इनकम सोर्स we all are different. On the basis of our occupation we all are different. On the basis of the caste system also we all are different. So a various type of differentiations are there because these are the social characteristic of our differentiation. That means we all are differentiated, we all are different, we all are unequal socially. Apart from all those natural characteristics, we also different from in the social parameters like status, income, our power, position, our caste position. On the basis of that, we all are different. I mean, caste system पढ़ी caste system भीतर में कौन पढ़ी ना caste system भीतर people are different categorized into 4 main caste group: Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. So these are the social inequality or social differentiation, because one caste group is different from another caste group, and on the basis of the caste group people are divided into different segments. So these are the social attributes of the differentiation, because differentiation is the law of nature. We have nothing to do with it. Differentiation, we all are different from each other, both naturally as well as socially. But here in the context of sociology, we will basically focus on the social differentiation, social inequality, and that is all about social stratification. So stratification is nothing but the interaction of the differentiation, because differentiation is the law of nature. People are different both from natural point of view, at the same time both from the social point of view. So whenever we are different from each other, both from natural and social point of view, it is the interaction of this differentiation that is the concept of social stratification. Because within a society, because society is all about the social structure, and social structure is a systematic arrangement of the society through which we all are interconnected. But how can this interconnectedness is possible? How can this interdependency will be possible? Because everyone is assigned a particular task to perform. सोसाइटी रे समस्त को किछि ना किछि टास्क अछि, समस्त को किछि ना किछि काम असाइन कराइछि. ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट पीपल आर परफॉर्मिंग देयर ड्यूटीज, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट पीपल आर डूइंग देयर ड्यूटीज. सो जो जहाँ को जो काम प्रोवाइड कराइछि से जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सेगमेंट में सोसाइटी को डिवाइड करदेले, लोक मैंने को डिवाइड करले, बिकॉज विदाउट हैविंग ए पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन नो वन कैन do any work. So suppose I am a teacher and I am teaching you. So on the basis of I am having a position of social teacher, I am having a social position of a teacher. On the basis of that status, on the basis of that position, I can teach you through this online. So everyone is assigned a particular kind of status as a social position. On the basis of that, they are performing, so that this structure is being maintained, the society is being maintained. Because for the maintenance of this society, we need to be interconnected, we need to be interdependent, we need to be interrelated with each other. But this interconnectedness, this interrelatedness, and this interdependence is possible when we divide the people, when we divide the population on the basis of certain kind of characteristic, so that they can mutually interact and mutually interdependent with each other, so that the society will be maintained. So this is what the stratification process. Simply, stratification is the interaction of the differentiation. Okay. The term social inequality simply refers to the existence of socially created inequality, because already I have discussed that apart from all the natural characteristics, because naturally we all are different, biologically, physiologically we all are different. At the same time, the social attributes which differentiate one individual from the another person, that is the social inequality. And these social inequalities are the created phenomena. These are the socially created inequality, because society is automatic, rather it is through the process of socialization, it is through the process of social processes everything happens. That's why social inequalities are the socially created inequalities. But natural characteristics are sometimes natural. So natural differentiation like our body structure, our face structure, our body color, these are very natural. Naturally, these are the, we are different from natural point of view, we are different from each other from a biological point of view. But the social inequality are the socially created, because this has been created by the society itself through the process of socialization, through the process of social interaction, through the process of social institution and relations. So social inequalities are the socially created inequalities. Next slide. Sociologists use the term social stratification to describe this system of social standing. So this social standing on the basis of a social position on which I am standing here, on the basis of social position, what a position I am having on a society. This is all about the social stratification. Basically, the sociologists use the concept of social stratification in order to refer the social standing. Social stratification refers to a society's categorization of its people into ranking of socio-economic tiers based on the factors like wealth, income, race, education and power. Already I have discussed that stratification, if we take the simpler meaning, social stratification is nothing but a society's categorization. It is categorized by the society in itself. It is the society which makes the differentiation. It is the society which makes the categorization of the population, because within a society we all are the individuals, because sociology always study the individual society. So within a society people are different from each other. So on the basis of that differentiation, on the basis of that social inequality, when society categorizes the people, or when society categorizes the population into different segments, this is considered as the social stratification. So stratification as a meaning is a simpler meaning, that means the division of people into different segments or the different strata. So when we divide the entire population into different strata, that is considered as the social stratification. So categorization of its people into ranking of socio-economic tiers. So on the basis of the socio-economic conditions of human life, because social, economic and political, these are the mainly three spheres of human life or human social life. So from a socio-economic condition, from if you take the parameters like wealth, income, race and education, on the basis, because educationally some are little more educated than the other person. So on the basis of that education, people are also divided. On the basis of the income source, people are also divided. On the basis of the race and ethnicity, on the basis of our culture. Because society is different from one society to another society because of its culture. It is the culture that is the identification to a particular society. So society is a heterogeneous entity. One society, if we take the example of Odisha society in comparison with the northeastern society, Odisha society is different from the northeastern society. It is because of the pattern of individual interrelationship and pattern of individual interaction. It is their social culture that differentiates one society to another society. So factors like wealth, our wealth position, our economic condition, our race, our education, and all the power positions we are having in our society, on the basis of that, social stratification happens. So social stratification is all about society's categorization of the population into different segments. This is what the stratification process. Then sociologists recognize that social stratification is a society-wide system. It is a system of the society in itself. It is a society-wide system that makes inequality apparent. Because stratification to hobbo ame katha hale, but kemiti ko process stratification hobbo? It is only because of the existing social inequality. Because inequality is the law of nature. We all are unequal. Biologically as well as socially, we all are different, and on the basis of the differentiation, we all are unequal. Minimum level of equality maintain करू society, homogeneity maintain करू to maintain the society, but everyone is different. So stratification is possible only because of the inequality. हमें केमिति population को divide करिबा? जदि समस्त similar रहिबे ताले केमिति हमें गोटे category केमिति करिबा? So it is because of the social inequality, it is because of the social differentiation, we divide the population into different. That's why this differentiation, that's why this process of stratification is possible. So sociologists recognize that stratification is a society-wide system that makes inequality apparent. While there are always inequalities between individuals, sociologists are interested in larger social patterns. Sabbubele society inequality rahichi. Sabbu society, not a single society is free from inequality. Wherever you go, तुम जुआड़े भी जीव जोठी भी देखिबो सबु जगह इनइक्वालिटी अछि, because it is the law of nature. But in the sociology, sociologists are basically concerned about the larger social pattern. जो larger social pattern रे जो social inequality अछि, जो social differentiation अछि, ताकू नै कि जो stratification process हमें सेटा को बेसी पढिबो ई process. Next slide. So stratification is not about individual inequalities, but about the systematic inequalities based on the group, membership, classes, and the like. So in sociology, we are basically concerned about social stratification. In sociology, we are basically deals with the group life. खाली गोटे individual को study करना, rather we study the group of people, because society represents a group of people. By taking only one person, we can constitute that as a society. Because society is possible, sociology is basically concerned about the group of individuals. So stratification is not about the individual inequality. Stratification with the individual inequality ko padibani. Rather, we will study the group inequalities. How a group of people is different from another group of people. How a particular segments of people are different than another segments of people. How one caste group is different from another caste group. So we will discuss the group of people, the group inequalities over here in the concept of social stratification, because we are dealing with a group of people, not with a single people. Because society is impossible by taking only one person. It is always a group of people. We always basically study about the group of people, a group of interaction between a group of people. So stratification is not about the individual inequality, but about the systematic inequalities based on group membership. So on the basis, on what criteria people are having a membership of a particular group. Classes and the like, no individual rich or poor can be blamed for social inequality. Not a single individual can blame that why social inequality is there, why social differentiation is there. I told you that it is the law of nature, my dear students. No one can question our it. Though whenever discrimination happens on the basis of inequality, we can question it. Discrimination जदि होची inequality को नेकी तले आमे ताको protest करिबा कथा, but inequality सहित आमे किछि करि परिबानी. Inequality is the law of nature. Inequal समस्त आमे inequal. on the basis of our position, on the basis of our biology, on the basis of our natural characteristic, on the basis of the social position, people are different. Because if we take the structural functionalist angle, then it is important in order to maintain the social stability. Because जदि समस्त समान हो जिवे ताले केबे भी गोटे काम होई परिबनी ठीक भाबरे सोसाइटी रो मेंटेनेंस होई परिबनी. सो डिफरेंट जदि माने इनइक्वालिटी रहिबो ताले पीपल मन को भितर डिफरेंट टास्क ताको असाइन हेबो से बेसिस रे ताको भितर गोटे म्यूचुअल इंटरडिपेंडेंसी रहिबो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट द सोसाइटी कैन बी मेंटेन. Second point, the structure of society affects a person's social standing. Although individuals may support or fight inequality, social stratification is created and supported by the society as a whole. The structure of society may affect a person's social standing because it is the structure. Structure, that means it is the arrangement of the society. So society is different, and the structure, the pattern of individual interaction may hamper a particular person's standing. आमको आम सोसाइटी सिस्टम जमिति से भले आमको मे बी आम लाइफस्टाइल ऊपर से टिके इफेक्ट पकई पारे, बट आमे के किछि करि परिबेनी. ऑल्दो इंडिविजुअल्स में सपोर्ट और फाइट इनइक्वालिटी, आमे इनइक्वालिटी को फाइट करू कि हां ठीक अछि. इनइक्वालिटी जेमति कि आमे कास्ट सिस्टम भितर कोन पडितले ना, कास्ट सिस्टम बहुत रिजिड जोथरे कि लोअर कास्ट लोक मन को सत्य कि सुविधा सुजोग मिली पार नथिला, कारण हायर कास्ट माने डोमिनेट करथिले से सिचुएशन. सो आमे मे बी ताको सपोर्ट करि परिबा, मे ताको फाइट करि परिबा, कारण এটা লোকଙ୍କ কথা আমি তাকে সাপোর্ট করি পারু কিবা ফাইট করি পারু. বাট ইনইকুয়ালিটি ইজ দ্য ল অফ নেচার. ইনইকুয়ালিটি ইজ এভার প্রেজেন্ট phenomenon in every society. Inequality is there. Social stratification is always created by the society and also supported by the society, because for the maintenance of the society, stratification is the important phenomenon. Social stratification stands for the placement of individuals and groups on the basis of social differences in income, occupation and status. So social stratification, again, it is the stands for the placement of individual. So it is the basics. On the basis of that, people are categorized, people are standing in a different segments, different strata. Suppose a caste system will be there. On the basis of that caste system, people are differentiated, people are placed in different caste groups. On the basis of that, people are assigned a particular task to perform. A occupation is distributed between all the caste. From a class angle, upper class, middle class, lower class, a lot many classes are there. At the same time, on the basis of the language, on the basis of the religion, people are divided. Different people are there. So, social stratification stands for the placement of individual. It is the process through which people are placed in a particular strata, in a particular segment. So, social stratification stands for the placement of individuals and groups on the basis of social differences in income, occupation, status. Basically, if we take the economic angle, it is the income source, it is the level of income, it is the magnitude of our income, it is the occupational status, it is our status position, it is our class position. On the basis of that, when people are categorized into different segments, this is the stratification. The term denotes an arrangement of people in a society into various layers on the basis of social status. Structure is all about a systematic arrangement, a structural arrangement of the population through which people are governed, through which their relationship is governed by. So the term stratification is an arrangement of people in a society into various layers. So on the basis of this process of stratification, people are arranged into different layers. Some are different in the upper layer, some are placed in the lower layer. So on the basis of this stratification process, people are categorized into different layers. Next slide. You can see the picture. Social stratification categorizes groups of people into a hierarchy on the basis of wealth, status of power. You can see the picture. So this is just picture of a hierarchy. In a caste system, caste system is a hierarchical order. That means through the caste system, people are placed in a hierarchical order. That means one caste is placed in the upper layer, another caste is placed in the lower level. It is the Brahmin who are placed in the upper position. At the same time, it is the Sudra community, they are placed in the lower position. So it is all about a hierarchy, and stratification categorizes the group. Stratification is a process. So it is the process through which people are categorized into a group of people into a hierarchy. So stratification is hierarchical in nature, through which some are placed in the upper position, some are placed in the lower position. So it always maintains through a hierarchical order. So stratification or social stratification categorizes the groups of people into a hierarchy on the basis of wealth, status and power. Another level of social stratification is there from a traditional point of view, that is the caste system. Caste system is the traditional form of social stratification, because society to society stratification is different. But stratification is the universal phenomenon. No, not a single society is free from stratification. Every society is stratified. So stratification, that means categorizes groups of people into a hierarchy on the basis of wealth, status and power. Next slide. Coming to the formal meaning of the concept. Social stratification is a particular form of social inequality. Inequality is the law of nature. We have nothing to do with inequality. But stratification is also a particular form of inequality. Without inequality, stratification is impossible. Because it is the inequality that is the base of social stratification, because on the basis of that inequality, on the basis of that social differentiation, we can arrange the population into different segments. So social stratification is a particular form of social inequality. All societies arrange their members in the terms of superiority, inferiority and equality. Every society, wherever you go, you will find that some are placed in the upper position and some are placed in the lower position. So every society arranges their members in the condition of superiority and inferiority. ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ସେଇଭଳିଆ କ୍ଲାସିଫିକେସନ, ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ସେଇଭଳିଆ ଭାବରେ ପ୍ଲେସମେଣ୍ଟ ବା stratification process ଥାଏ. Stratification is a process of interaction of differentiation. In our first slide we କହିଛି, the stratification is the process of, it is an interaction of the differentiation. So on the basis of the differentiation, of the population, when this differentiation interact, that is all about a stratification. So stratification is a process of interaction or differentiation whereby some people come to rank higher than the others. It is always maintained through a hierarchy, because here on the basis of that hierarchy, some are placed in the upper position, some are placed in lower position, and this is all about the stratification. And inequality and differentiation are the basics of social stratification. Without this inequality, without this differentiation, no stratification is possible. Stratification is all about the categorization of the population on the basis of their differentiation. So different segments, on the basis of this differentiation, people are divided into different strata. In one word, when individuals and groups are ranked according to some commonly accepted basis of valuation in a hierarchy of status level based upon the inequality of social position, social stratification occurs. So it is all about the society, because social stratification is a social process. It is the duty of the society who is value individuals' capabilities. लोकंकर कैपेबिलिटी हो, लोकंकर टैलेंट हो, एको सोसाइटी व्यू करे. को सोसाइटी रे को जिंसटा को बेसी प्रेस करा जाए, को सोसाइटी रे को जिंसरा केते इंपोर्टेंस अछि, से जिंस को देखि, से जिंस को लेकि लोकंको भितरे वैल्यूएशन. तमे जदि हम प्रिमिटिव सोसाइटी को देखिबा, प्रिमिटिव सोसाइटी लोक माने एते एजुकेशन, जोटा कि फॉर्मल एजुकेशन हम कथा कहू, से फॉर्मल एजुकेशन ऊपर लोक मान करते इंपोर्टेंस. ସେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକମାନେ କେମିତି କାମ କରିପାରିବେ, ପ୍ରପର ୱେରେ ଠିକ ଭାବରେ ନିଜ ଲାଇଫକୁ ବଞ୍ଚିବା ପାଇଁ ଯେତିକି ଗୋଟେ ମିନିମମ୍ ଲେଭେଲ ଅଫ୍ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଦରକାର ଥିଲା, ସେମାନେ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟାକୁ ବହୁତ ଭ୍ୟାଲୁ କରୁଥିଲେ. ଆଉ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷରେ ଯିଏ ପାରଙ୍ଗମ ଥିଲା, ସେଇ ଜିନିଷରେ ଯିଏ ବେଶୀ ଏଫିସିଏଣ୍ଟ ଥିଲା, ତାକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ସୋସିଆଲ ପୋଜିସନ ଦିଆହେଉଥିଲା. ବଟ୍ ଇନ୍ କଣ୍ଟେମ୍ପୋରାରୀ ସୋସାଇଟି, ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସୋସାଇଟି ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଯାଇଛି. ମୁଁ କହିଛି ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ବିକଜ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ନେଚର ଅଫ୍ ହ୍ୟୁମାନ ରିଲେସନ. ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ବିକଜ ଅଫ୍ ନେଚର ଅଫ୍ ଦ ହ୍ୟୁମାନ ସୋସାଇଟି. ଆମ ସୋସାଇଟିର ଯୋଉ ଭଳିଆ ନେଚର, ସେଇ ଭଳିଆ ସେଇ ଆକର୍ଡିଂଲି ଆମର ପ୍ରୋସେସଟା ସବୁ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ. से प्रोसेस रे ही हम समस्त माने हमर डिफाइंड अछि, से प्रोसेस रे ही हम समस्त कर इंटरेक्शन. सो कंटेम्पररी सोसाइटी हम जदि देखिबा, एबे फॉर्मल एजुकेशन रो बहुत इंपोर्टेंस अछि. जे जते एजुकेशनल एम्पावर्ड हबो, जे जते एजुकेशन को एक्वायर करबो, ताको सही बडा सोशल पोजीशन सब बडा मेंटेन करबो. सो इट इज अबाउट द सोसाइटी व्हिच वैल्यू इंडिविजुअल. सब सोसाइटी तार निजर पैरामीटर्स अछि, को सोसाइटी रे को जिनटा होते वैल्यू दिया जाय. सो इन वन वर्ड, व्हेन इंडिविजुअल्स एंड ग्रुप्स आर रैंक्ड according to the commonly accepted basis of valuation, हम सोसाइटी जो commonly accepted basis of valuation थाए, सही बेसिस रे जतबेला में हायरार्की बा स्टेटस लेवल को क्रिएट करू बा डिटरमाइन करू सोसाइटी रे, सही प्रोसेस रे जो स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन, प्रोसेस रे जो कैटेगराइजेशन होय, हमें ताको ही कोचो सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन means a division of society into different strata or layers, because this is the very simple meaning, stratification. That means it is the division of society into different strata or different layers. It involves a hierarchy of social groups. Members of a particular layer have a common identity, they have a similar lifestyle. अच्छा ठीक अच्छे हमें कहले कि stratification, that means a categorization of the population into different strata, but within one strata गोटे ग्रुप रे को माने रहिबे ना जो मानकर सिमिलर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक रहिबो, जो मानकर किछटा सिमिलर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक रहिबो ताको हम गोटे ग्रुप भितर रखिबो, आउ जनकर किछटा सिमिलर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक रहिबो ताको हम आगु सपोज हम नबा कास्ट सिस्टम भितर दोज हु आर ब्राह्मण मानकर समस्त ऑक्युपेशन गोटे प्रकार हो, सिमिलर नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट दे आर प्लेस्ड इन ए ब्राह्मण पोजीशन, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, they have a similar identity, they have a similar kind of consciousness within them, ताको भीतर similarity थिबो. So एक किछटा similarity को देखि कि हम गोटे segment कराबो, but in a larger pattern differentiation, on the basis of the differentiation how one group of people is different than the another group of people, on the basis of that when we categorize the population, that is considered as the social stratification. So members of a particular layer have a common identity, they have a similar lifestyle. The society in which divisions of social classes exist is known as the stratified society. So, हमें को society को कहबा stratified society बोले ना, the society in which division of social classes exist. जो society रे विभिन्न प्रकार class system थिबा, विभिन्न प्रकार system रे people माने divide थिबे different strata रे different races रे, हमें सही society को ही कहबा stratified society. So, the society in which divisions of social classes exist is known as the stratified society. Modern stratification fundamentally different from the stratification of primitive society. जब हम past 50 वर्ष 100 वर्ष तल को जीवा, से समय रे जो सोसाइटी थिला, से समय रे जो प्रकार स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन थिला, एबे आज सेही पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रे स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन नहीं, बहुत कमी गले. एबे लोकंकर सोसाइटी अर्बानाइजेशन, मॉडर्नाइजेशन, इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन ए प्रोसेस रे हम सोसाइटी रे पैटर्न, लाइफस्टाइल समस्त कर चेंज हो जेची, सेही प्रोसेस रे हमर नेचर भी डिफरेंट है. सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन इन्वॉल्व्स टू फेनोमेना. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. Social stratification में दीटा phenomena कोना ना, फर्स्ट होची differentiation of individuals or groups on the basis of position of certain characteristic whereby some individuals or group come into rank than others. So ये गोटे characteristic ना, किछि लोकंकर different suppose किछि पिला हम गोटे किछि पिला बहुत talented थिबे, ताको बहुत पाठ रे समानकर बहुत capabilities थिबो, किछि पिला art and craft रे बहुत थिबे, किछि पिला बहुत sports रे थिबे. So on the basis of that different characteristic, because not everyone is तुम जिते क्लास रे देखुथबो, तुम क्लास भितर जने बहुत भलो पेंटिंग करथबो, जने बहुत भलो स्पोर्ट्स रे थिबो, जने बहुत भलो दौड़ी पारुथबो, जनकर आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट एक्टिविटीज रे बहुत बढ़िया स्किल थिबो, जने भलो कुकिंग रे बहुत भलो इंटरेस्ट करथिबो. सो दिस आर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक, these are the personal characteristic of the individuals. On the basis of that, when we divide this population, this is a one phenomenon. Then second one, social, the ranking of individuals according to some basis of evaluation. The ranking, how society ranks people, how society evaluates the population. आमे जो प्रोसेस रे लोक मान को इवैल्यूएट करू, जो प्रोसेस रे लोग गोटे गोटे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक को बा गोटे गोटे पॉपुलेशन को हमें जो बेसिस रे हमें वैल्यू करू, से बेसिस रे तबे हमें कैटेगराइजेशन ताको भीतर करू, याको हमें को द रैंकिंग ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल्स अकॉर्डिंग टू सम बेसिस ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन. सो दीस आर द टू बेसिक फेनोमेना फॉर स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. कमिंग टू द डेफिनेशंस, Ogvan and Nimkov says that the process by which individuals and groups are ranked in more and less enduring hierarchy of status is known as stratification. That means stratification is a process. According to Ogvan and Nimkov, stratification is a process by which individuals and groups are ranked in more or less enduring hierarchy. Ranked more or less enduring hierarchy. So it is the process through which people are placed in a hierarchical pattern. It may be a less or more enduring of status is known as the stratification. So on the basis of that status process, when people are divided into and people are categorized into a hierarchical order, it may be a less enduring or more enduring. This is considered as the social stratification. Then Lundberg. According to Lundberg, a stratification society, a stratified society is one marked by inequality. Inequality is the essence of social stratification. Without inequality, stratification is impossible. So, a stratified society is one marked by inequality, by differences among people that are evaluated by them as being lower and higher. So it's up to the society. आमको कोटा आमे सोसाइटी में कास्ट सिस्टम भितर आमे कहूछु ना ब्राह्मण माने होचि सुपीरियर कास्ट शूद्र माने होचि लोअर कास्ट आमे एटा के डिसाइड करछि इट इज डिसाइडेड बाय द सोसाइटी डिसाइड करछि so on the basis of this social criteria through which we consider something as lower, we consider something as upper. So a stratified society is one marked by the inequality, by differences. It is the differences of the people through which we consider them as the upper, as them lower. So it is the lower or higher. So it is on the basis of the differences among people that are evaluated by them as being lower and higher. This has been said by that. Next slide. You can see a picture over here. Forms of social stratification. These are the different forms of social stratification, types of stratification. The first one is the caste system. That is the unique form of social stratification we can find in India only. It is a traditional pattern of social stratification. Then class is a universal form of stratification. Everywhere you go, you will find a class-based stratification. It is basically economical in nature, but caste is traditional. Then race and ethnicity. On the basis of our racial structure, people are different. Aryan, Dravidian, Mongolian. These are the categorization. Then आमे जदि नॉर्थ ईस्ट को देखिबा ताकर गोटे डिफरेंट फिजिकल फीचर्स जदि आमे साउथ इंडियन पीपल को देखिबा ताकर गोटे डिफरेंट फीचर्स रेशियल स्ट्रक्चर सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस रेस एंड एथनिसिटी पीपल आर डिवाइडेड देन जेंडर मेल फीमेल ट्रांसजेंडर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट पीपल आर डिफरेंट people are differentiated, people are stratified. Then sexual orientation. On the basis of this sexual orientation is all about the interest, the orientation, like lesbian, bisexual, LGBTQ community, lesbian, bisexual, gay, transgender, queer group, intersex, all those communities. So on the basis of this orientation, sexual orientation, people are also divided into different groups. Then so these are the some important basics of social stratification or the important forms of social stratification. Then next slide. Again, another two definitions given by Gisbert and Melvin M. to mean that social stratification is the division of society into permanent groups of categories linked with each other by the relationship of superiority and subordination. So it is the process through which people are categorized into higher and lower social unit, and on the basis of that their relationship is guided by on the basis of this superiority and subordination. Then Melvin M. Tomin said that social stratification refers to arrangement of any social group or society into hierarchy of positions that are unequal with regard to power, property, social evaluation and physical stratification. So social stratification according to Melvin M. Tomin that arrangement of any social group. See, it is about the social arrangement of any social group or society into a hierarchy of position. It is all about a hierarchy of the position that are unequal with regard to power. On the basis of that power, people are unequal. On the basis of the property condition, कार केते property से basis रे भी लोक माने different. Then social evaluation, को society को जिनसटा को केते evaluate करे केते value करे ता accordingly भी हमारे differentiation रही है. Then physical stratification. So these are the parameters of the social stratification according to Melvin M. Tomin. So according to Tomin, social stratification refers to arrangement of any social group or society into hierarchy of position that are unequal with regard to power. So on the basis of this power, property, social evaluation and physical stratification, on the basis of these forms of inequality, people are placed or social groups are placed into a hierarchical position. That is all about stratification. Then coming to the characteristics. Next slide. The first one is the social stratification is the universal phenomenon. My dear student, wherever you go, every society, across the globe, across the world, wherever you will go, you will find social stratification. Every society is stratified. Indian society, caste form of stratification is there, gender form of stratification is there, class form of stratification is there. So, if you American, European society, state form of stratification, Slaverian form of stratification, a various forms of stratification is there. Sabbu society stratified. There is no society on this world which is free from stratification. Not a single society is free from stratification. Every society is stratified. Sabbu society is stratified. Sabbu society have different pattern of stratification. It is a worldwide phenomenon according to Sorokin. All permanently organized groups are stratified. जितनी भी permanently तुम्हारा ऑर्गेनाइज्ड ग्रुप्स अछंती लाइफ वर्ल्ड रे समस्त स्ट्रैटिफाइड नेक्स्ट स्लाइड stratification is social because stratification हमें racial structure stratification देखुचे at the same time stratification is a social process. It is all about society's categorization of the population into different segments. It is a society which categorizes people. It is a society which makes the division of the people into different segments. That's why it is a social process. It is done by the society. It is true that biological qualities do not denote one superiority and inferiority. केबे biological qualities रे जने जे superior और जने जे inferior केबे भी determine नहीं करेंगे. It is because of the social interpretations to it. It's up to the society which categorize someone as superiority, someone as inferiority. Factors like our age, sex, intelligence level, as well as strength often contribute as the basis of which statuses are distinct. हमारा age को नहीं की, हमारा sex को नहीं की, हमारा intelligence को नहीं की, एक basis रही stratification सब बड़े ही society एक basis रही हमको विभिन्न प्रकार categorization. But once education, property, जो हमें देखिए basic important parameters सब education level, हमारा education level, हमारा property level, हमारा property standard, हमारा property level कितने property कहाँ कितने अच्छी, power position, our experience, हमारा कहाँ कितने को basis experiences, character, personality. So on the basis, these are the basic and important parameters for the stratification. Egoda which basic criteria for the stratification are found to be more important than biological qualities. Biological qualities both rarely हमारा stratification करी परिबो, inequality आनी परिबो, किंतु हमारा जो अच्छी माने stratification तो biologically basically possible ही परिबो, बहुत कम. जदियो biologically it is possible, but it is basic important because we are concerned about social stratification. We are sociology students. So on the basis of our social parameters, these are the very important parameters, or these are the very important criteria through which people are divided or differentiated into different categories or segments. So stratification is a process that is social in nature. This is the second important characteristic. Next slide. Third characteristic, social stratification is unseen. That means stratification is not a new phenomenon. Stratification is not a new concept. Rather, stratification is an older concept since the time of individual existence. जब भी तो individual society अच्छी, जब भी तो individual society development strategy. Since then, stratification is universal and it is an ancient phenomenon. It is an older concept. It is existing since the time immemorial. Stratification system is very old. It was present even in the small wandering bones. In almost all the ancient civilizations, सब society रे stratification थिला. That's why stratification is ancient. बहुत पुराना कालरू stratification तमरा रही है. Next slide. It is in diverse form. That means stratification is the universal phenomenon. Wherever you go across the globe, you will find stratification. But the pace, the depth, the form of stratification is not uniform in its nature. That means stratification, the forms of stratification is different. If we take the example of Indian society, we can find the caste is a traditional form of stratification. And if we take American society, class form of social stratification is there. Every society is stratified, but the form of stratification may be different. In Indian society, we will find caste system, caste-based stratification, जो कि मैं बाहर American, European society में पाई बने. So every society has its own form of social stratification. That's why it is in diverse form. That means stratification is a universal phenomenon. Across the globe, we will find stratification, but the process, the pace, the depth of stratification is not uniform in its nature. Next slide. Stratification is consequential. That means social stratification has two important consequences. One is the life chances and then there is the lifestyle. So it is because of the stratification. Stratification is consequential. That means on the basis of your categorization, you are going to enjoy the life chances and the lifestyle. हमें देखो जो upper group थांती, lower group थांती, जो हमें class group को देखिए, जो हमें caste, जो हमें Indian context to caste group को देखिए, तो हमें देखो जो caste system रे लोगों को divide करा था, ब्राह्मण माने society रे सब प्रकार facilities को enjoy करी पाते, लेकिन जो lower segment रे लोगों माने थे, शूद्र community, तांको समाने society रे बहुत प्रकार सुविधा सुजोग रे समाने वंचित हैं. So it is because of your position, it is because of your stratification, it is because of your strata and segment, it is because of your social standing and social position, you can get all the privileges of the society. So that's why stratification is a consequential phenomenon. तमरो जेमिति सोशल पोजीशन से बेसिस रे तमे पाइबो सपोज आज गोटे लोअर क्लास रो लोक को देखिबो जदि हम क्लास फॉर्म ऑफ स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन गोटे लोअर क्लास रो लोक सत्य के जिंस को केबे एक्सेसिबल करि परिबोनी जति गोटे हायर क्लास रो लोक करि परिबो so it is always consequential on the basis of our social position, on the basis of our social stratification, on the basis of our social strata and the social position and social standing, we can get the privileges of the society. So lifestyle, our lifestyle ta kemiti depend kare our social position accordingly, and at the same time life chances keti ki प्रकार सुविधा सुजोग हमको मिलिबो से मध्ये हमर social stratification our social position upare depend. Then next slide. So these are the 5 characteristics of social stratification. So last one, social stratification is a process in which social inequalities exist in the form of structural hierarchical strata placed one above the other. So stratification is all about a hierarchical order of the society on the basis of that social inequality existing. Stratification process में inequality exist करूची society because inequality differentiation is the law of nature. और stratification जिनसटा केवल base करे तुम्हारी inequality और differentiation. According to Sutherland and Maxwell, social stratification is defined as a process of differentiation that places some people higher than the others. Maxwell and Sutherland conclusion is the stratification is defined as a process of differentiation. It is all about a process of differentiation through which people are categorized into different segments like higher and lower. Stratification is viewed as a social process as well as a method devised by sociologists to understand inequality in the society. So, it is the process through which people, sociologists use this term in order to understand the social inequality. So, that's all about social stratification. Next slide. You can see the picture, lower class, middle class and upper class. This is all about a hierarchy. This is the process of stratification through which a hierarchy is being maintained, where one person is placed in a higher position, another person is placed in a lower position, and another person is placed in the middle position. So, that's why social stratification is a universal phenomena. It is a universal social process. At the same time, it's maintained through a hierarchical order. So, dear students, that's all about our stratification, meaning and characteristics. Thank you so much.